Hello mis amores, what's up? How we doing? Today is the day you've been waiting for. Actually, probably next week if we speak of waiting for something. And I'm the only one waiting for it, probably, for this to be gone. I feel like with this mustache also, I don't really have an upper lip as is, but with this mustache, it's like gone. It'll be back in the next video. Until then, I can only satisfy you with hopefully satisfying recipes or things that we're gonna bake, make, and eat and drink. For this video, I went on Pinterest and searched for aesthetic recipes, foods, etc. And we're gonna make them because we're gonna have an aesthetic autumn.
I just love it.
Yeah, and to kick things off, of course, we're gonna make something very autumny. Actually, this wasn't supposed to be a fall kind of video. But the first thing happens to be something very fall-y, which is cinnamon rolls. And we've made cinnamon rolls on this channel before. We gotta find a way to make them special. And here comes fall, because we're gonna make them shaped like pumpkins and looking like pumpkins. Cute, no? Hopefully. It looks very hashtag aesthetic. I guess that's how I found it. We gotta make the dough first anyway, because it has to rest for quite a while. So let's get started. It's a yeasted dough, so we have to bloom our yeast, which always sounds so beautiful, no? In this bowl, we're gonna mix half a cup of warm milk with 1 1/4 teaspoons of yeast, instant yeast. We should need a little bit of sugar, no? Which is 1/4 cup. Could have done that already because now we have to let that sit for 10 minutes. In these 10 minutes, I wanna tell you guys a story. Once upon a time, there was... Wake up! Why did you fall asleep? That was my beautiful story time. I guess you're here for the beautiful cinnamon rolls, so let's continue. I think we bloomed... I don't really know. I'm probably jinxing myself now, but I've never had a problem with my dough not rising or so. So far, I've been doing things right and I've done nothing differently this time, so fingers crossed. To this, we are going to add 1 room temperature egg, pinch of salt, half the flour, that would be 150 grams, so in total you need 300. Congrats, you did not fail calculus. Mixy mixy. Did I just see a bit of eggshell? No, I didn't.
Listen.
It's gone. It might have just been flour. Now we gradually add 40 grams of room temperature butter and the rest of the flour. I saw the eggshell. Where is it? I lost it again. I hope Naomi gets that piece. It's her favorite thing. Ooh, I like that. It sounds like, ooh, clickers. Anyway. Hyper speed! I guess we have to need... we also have to add some orange food coloring, of course. I don't want it to be that bright, though. Is it supposed to be such a wet dough? Probably, huh? It's so annoying, it's such a wet dough. And also, my camera died. I think I've worked this dough enough, as in I don't want to work this anymore. It's not as sticky anymore, so that's good. And now it just has to rise for an hour and a half. That's why you should never make cinnamon rolls at home. JK, these ones you're gonna wanna make. Okay guys, it's almost time to look at our dough, so we have to prepare the filling, otherwise we won't have a filling. And of course our filling is super easy to make. We just mix all of the ingredients together. 90 grams of room temperature butter, half a cup of brown sugar, and 1 1/2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon, and just some vanilla. Okay, set that aside and let's finally look at our dough. Ta-da! She has risen a little bit. It looks good enough to me. Okay, maybe I need a rolling pin. Maybe. Although I'm doing great like this, right? Okay. Here we go. Ah, this feels like a good dough. It's just, not a lot. I don't know how thin it has to be. This seems so small. Close enough, I think, to a rectangle, I mean. Spread the filling. I rolled it out too much. I don't have enough filling for this. If I want 10 of these, do I roll this? No, I roll like this, right? Oh! I found the eggshell. I should have rolled it the other way. Yeah, this is very sad now. Maybe I can... Yeah, that looks better. I want them thicker, you know? Thank God I bought this kitchen string for some sort of recipe at some point. Obviously, first we needed to cut this into 10 equal rolls. Kind of equal. No. Oh no, I can't count, you guys. I can't count. I'm sorry. Now comes the fun part. The creating a pumpkin part. For each one, we're gonna need 4 strings. And this is how we place them. Across and then across again. Mine isn't straight because everything's gay around here. You get it, right? Like this, and then they should all meet in the middle right here, which is where we're gonna place one roll, and my strings are way too long. And then we're gonna tie them on top. I think we're gonna have to tie them all individually. This better work because this is so much effort for just cinnamon rolls that already always look good. You know what I mean? There she goes. There she goes again. It's crazy how a show has become such a seasonal event when it ran all year long, right? Like, obviously there was summer break always back in the day when things still ran on TV. I'm talking about Gilmore Girls. This is such an autumn show now. Yeah, I'll just keep making my pumpkins, you guys. Look at them! Look at them! Let them rest for another 30 minutes and sun. Then we can bake them at 180 degrees for 30 to 40 minutes. I mean, usually you would bake them in a baking oven dish, but I don't want the shape to get ruined, so I'm gonna bake them on a tray. Okay, I can't even say that this doesn't make sense. Whatever. I don't know how to fix this issue while still keeping the shape of the pumpkin. Because yes, technically I should have baked them in an oven dish and they should have touched, but then they would have lost the pumpkin shape. So they've also been in the oven 10 minutes less. They've only been in the oven for 20 minutes. They're super dark. Granted, I did forget the egg wash. I don't know, I'm just frustrated. It did kind of go a little bit too great, right? I don't know, maybe they still taste great. We're just gonna cover them up with the frosting. How about that? For that, we just mix together 75 grams of room temperature butter and 170 grams of cream cheese, also room temperature. While mixing, we add vanilla extract, about 1 3/4 cups of powdered sugar, beautifully smooth. See, now I'm frustrated and annoyed at everything because now I have to cut all of these thingies and obviously they're in the dough, which now makes me mad. How sad, because now I hate everything about them. Now frosting didn't even have enough time to cool. Yeah, you know, we're just gonna hide it. Just hide the pumpkin. Burned anyway. I don't even want to waste a cinnamon stick. Ta-da! If they weren't burned, they don't look half bad, but how terrible. Barely even want to try them. I'm just gonna be a Debbie Downer for these ones. Yeah, there's like no filling in them anymore. Great frosting. You know, they're a little crunchy on the outside. The inside bit, actually delicious. Our next recipe will be so beautiful, you will want to make it. That's what Pinterest is promising me, at least. It just looked beautiful and I had to have him. We're gonna make strawberry matcha cookies. Have I ever made strawberry matcha cookies? I don't know, but I'll keep the cookie recipes coming as long as they're interesting and on theme, or whatever theme I can think of in order to make more cookies. But they look so pretty because they're like marbled. I feel like they're not gonna be very intense in flavor. Then again, we will be adding at least a lot of matcha, I think. I don't know, they look pretty. So let's get started. Here we go.
Time is money.
I guess. I mean, technically, if I wanted to make more money, I would keep talking and talking. This is so much butter for some reason, but okay. This is 250 127 grams of butter. We cream it together as per usual with our sugar. This is 1 cup. Ah, wow, she's gotten so white. Ariana after releasing, thank you, next. Anyway, then we add 2 large eggs. Now we add some vanilla extract. Honestly, I don't even look how much anymore because I'm just gonna add however much I wanna add. Of course, we've got a separate bowl situation. This is 345 grams of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and soda, and a bit of salt. We add it in 2 parts, but just until a nice dough forms. So don't overmix. Now obviously we need the marble effect, so we're gonna have to divide the dough into 3 equal parts. Should be 280 to 300 grams. So one is gonna stay as is, one is gonna get some matcha, and one is gonna get some strawberry, which I ground myself. We might have to add a little bit of fruit coloring as well because I don't think this is very intense. This is just a tablespoon of ground freeze-dried strawberries, and this is a tablespoon of matcha as well, which I guess we're gonna sift now. That's quite a lot. Oy, oy, oy. Well, it's definitely colorful, that's for sure. Now the shaping I don't really know about because there's like no video that goes along with it. We have to roll each dough into a 7 centimeter log. How's that gonna work? This is so soft. Soft by flow. That's 7 centimeters. I'm so confused. Roll each color of dough into a rope. This is making me slightly aggressive because I don't understand this. I'm supposed to lay them beside each other, then twist them once. This doesn't make any sense. I think we're gonna have to use the different method because there are 2. Take about 2 tablespoons of each color and press them side by side into a rough triangle, so like this. I use tablespoons, oh my god. I'm losing it, you guys. The white one is very soft and sticky. Stack a second batch on top in the same order. Why couldn't I have just used more this recipe? I don't think they want us to make it. And then we just swirl it into a ball. This is way too big. Like, what? Twist it once or twice to reveal the marble effect. Yeah, that doesn't work with this. Fuck. I'm gonna have to freeze this for a little bit, which, do I look like I have time for this? But it's just way too soft. See, already calling it, do not make this recipe. It sucks. And I like making cookies, but I'm kind of getting frustrated. So that means you shouldn't be making this. I don't think any amount of beauty will be worth this. If this doesn't work now, then I'm giving up. All of the doughs have been in the fridge. The white one has been in the freezer for a little while. Our first one doesn't look very pretty, but whatever. Good thing is, when there are ugly ones, the pretty ones will look even prettier. Now I'm just like freestyling because whatever they did didn't work for me. Just gonna take this amount and I'm gonna shape it into a ball, twist it once and shape it into a ball again. Maybe twist it again. Okay, that's nice. See, the white one is soft again. I'm gonna lose it. Oh, I'm so done with this. Fuck this white dough. Bake at 175 Celsius for 9 to 11 minutes. So I was hoping after the fiasco that were the pumpkin cinnamon rolls, we would have really beautiful and nice cookies. I feel like they look okay. They've been a struggle to make, so therefore I think they're super ugly actually. Just, you know, their personality. Therefore, no matter how good or bad they taste, they will not have been worth it because they look like this. I was obviously inspired by how good they looked. Looking at the photos on Pinterest, I was like, surely they're covered in like colored white chocolate. And that's what makes them look so shiny and beautiful, because I mean, this is what cookies look like. They're a little bleak. They're not as shiny and like pretty looking, or not as pretty as the photo. I think they look as good as they can look though. We have a humongous one. This is the first one. It's actually probably still raw in the middle. I've given up on aesthetics. Anyway, we've got okay looking ones. We do have the marble effect. They better taste fantastic. Let's go. Are they even cooked? What the fuck? They seem raw in the middle. I don't think they're cooked.
No.
Look at this. This is raw.
Oh yeah, but
What the fuck are these cookies?
we forgot sugar.
Not my fault that matcha is so bitter. I don't think sweetness is the problem here. This recipe sucks ass, and not in a good way. Everything about this was shitty. The experience was shitty. The look's shitty. Taste is okay. And they're raw. Like, how are they raw? It's as if I've never made cookies before, and all of my other ones recently have been amazing. This Pinterest really just looks pretty, but isn't pretty. I really hope that the last recipe is gonna save us all. Okay, considering I'm trying to make the most aesthetically pleasing recipes or foods, dishes, whatever. It's crazy how this has been the most chaotic making of those things in a long, long while. We move on. We move on to something that in theory should scream and shout my name, but doesn't really. We're gonna be making a tiramisu cold brew, and that just looks like heaven. I know that I won't love it, but I'm here for the aesthetics, and I will be drinking it, of course. I need to make it quick because I need something to cheer me up after the cookies. This is for coffee and dessert lovers, basically. So we basically have a layer of the coffee, then we have a tiramisu foam, and just a garnish. So technically you make it using 1.5 cups of cold brew, which would be like 300 something, I think 50 milliliters. You see how small this is? That's not gonna work. I feel like nothing fits in here. Okay, we're just gonna eyeball this. We do go pretty high up, so now let's make the foam. It's already kind of waiting for us. We make it just by whisking, mixing together 2 tablespoons of mascarpone cheese, 1 tablespoon of sweetened condensed milk, some vanilla, and then just a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Whisk until thick and smooth. Beautiful. Isn't it just gonna sink? Oh, it's not. Yeah, just kind of sort of spoon it on top. Okay, we're still not pretty, but we're gonna get there. Maybe I should have put this in a piping bag. I don't know, shit. The pretty part comes now. We dust on some cocoa powder, because otherwise it wouldn't be tiramisu, right? You know, it's not giving aesthetics yet. So we're gonna shave some chocolate on top, because that's gonna save everything. Are you feeling the aesthetics yet? Okay, I'm making it worse. You know, it's not ugly, but is it worth this? I don't know. I don't know. I hate this. Cheers! It's slightly giving me tiramisu vibes, of course. Yeah, I think you'd have to mix it and ruin it completely. It's not like it looked very pretty before. It's giving, what's it called? Avocado? Ice cream in coffee. What a nice way to end this. This isn't usually my vibe, so I'd never make this again, also because this is a mess. But this 1 cup was nice. I don't think I did a great job at selling this, but are you guys into these kind of drinks in general? I've got some cleaning up to do, so in the meantime, you can comment. I'm gonna keep this outro short.
Oh, sorry.
That about sums it up. I mean, how come the tiramisu thing was the best thing, and it wasn't even aesthetic in my case? I just feel like this video was to humble me, because like I said, everything has been going so great recently in terms of baking, especially cookies, and this video has taught me that in all of my years of baking, I have learned absolutely nothing. This is pure trash that I've created. The cinnamon rolls do taste good, but at what cost? It's just sad. I don't even want to talk about the cookies anymore. That was such a positive video, right? Which is exactly what you're looking for when you start watching an aesthetic Pinterest video. So I'm sorry for that. I was frustrated, and sometimes recipes go like that. That's why I test them. Don't make any of them, is what I'm teaching you. Hope you enjoyed seeing me suffer. That would, like, honestly lighten my mood, the thought of you enjoying this. In my next video, I'm sure everything will go great. Until then, me and my pumpkin are gonna go in the trash, honestly. I have to take that out anyway, so I'm just gonna take myself out with it. Thank you so much for watching this video anyway, y entonces nos vemos la próxima vez. Bye bye.